Reading in the 21st century is a vital skill as it is a way of self-education for ourselves and finding out essential information that we need to get through everyday life. This is extremely important as without the knowledge that we receive from reading, it would be all lost. There would be no way we could be informed about the matters that are happening in today's society. Reading and words are a very powerful thing that can not only impact us in a positive way, but also in a negative way. It is important to read the correct information and to dismiss the negative. Reading can have many impacts on someone's life, and in these ways individuals are able to take their minds off things and relieve stress through reading. Reading can also provide us with self-education and can increase our word vocabulary. This has impacted me as now with reading, I have self-educated myself and increased my word vocabulary from very small to very large. It has also impacted me as it has influenced me on how I see the world and what I do about it. Reading has informed my writing and also broadened my understanding of self, others, and the world through the use of several techniques in films, songs, and texts. Throughout the novel The Hunger Games, composed by Susan Collins, Katniss deepens her relationships with other tributes, her sister, her mother, and Gale, to help her throughout the Hunger Games and back home, and shows how much they truly mean to each other. Symbolism is used throughout the book in the form of a Mockingjay badge. The Mockingjay badge that Madge gave to Katniss was a token that a tribute was allowed to take into the arena, but in the end it turned into a symbol of defiance used against the Capitol. The use of Katniss's sarcasm in her voice as she is saying to Gale, "I'll sell it to the Peacekeepers," is used to inform him that the dark humour of them being called Peacekeepers is that they actually treat everyone with disrespect and they bully them. At the reaping, when Prim's name was called out, Katniss exclaimed, "I volunteer, I volunteer." Collins has revealed to us her need to protect her sister and her mother in every single way possible. During the games, Katniss's emotive song Daru, "Lay down your head and close your eyes, and when they open the sun will rise. Here it's safe, here it's warm," thoroughly shows that Katniss really did need Rue to survive, and she was very important to her, as she was the one that saved her. This text has informed the reader about many techniques within the text, and this broadens their understanding of others and the world on why reading is important in an individual's life, as it can influence someone on how they perceive the world after reading. In the song 7 Years by Lucas Graham, he uses a variety of techniques to convey his message to the listeners, and this can influence how we perceive the lyrics of the song and the meaning of them. In the line, "It was a big, big world, but we thought we were bigger," a hyperbole is used to exaggerate the size of humans compared to the world and how they try to have an impact on the world. The use of the hyperbole effectively shows us that they did not have any fear about the things that they were doing as they thought they would be able to conquer the world. In the line, "I only see my goals, I don't believe in failure," personification is used to effectively highlight that he believes in himself and he can achieve what he wants to. The effect of this is that he can't physically see his goals, but he can imagine them or believe in them, and this is the effect personification gives to the listeners. Lucas Graham provides us insight into the paradoxes explored in the song. He does this through the use of the lyrics, "Soon I'll be 60 years old, will think the world is cold, or will I have a lot of children who can warm me?" The effect of this is that he thinks when he gets older no one will be nice to him and look out for him, and he also thinks that his children will move away and not come back to help him out. Through the use of this text, it is emphasized why reading is important as it can develop someone's imagination, and this can influence their life choices and how they want to live when they're older. This text has influenced me on reading as it has provided me with a deeper understanding of the benefits of reading and how it changes our life in many ways, both positive and negative. We read, and the use of these also convey the meanings behind reading. Rosella thoroughly highlights the challenges of the paradoxes of the human experience through the framing device of a photo album. This emphasizes the desire of people to live their lives in a way that provides a recommendable narrative. The passive voice tone in the line, "The formal times are surrendered," to the use of personification in the line, "Indifferent gaze," highlights the persona's acknowledgement of the desire to control the representation of others' experiences. Rosella also uses a lexical chain through the accumulation of specific events such as weddings, graduations, births, and official portraits within the poem. The use of this lexical chain provides us insight into the existent and major events happening in their lives. This poem has clearly shown us that reading is important as it can help us to understand the meaning of why we read, and it also helps us to understand the need to read. To conclude, reading is an important part of our lives as it can help educate us and can influence how we see the world. Reading also allows us to effectively express ourselves when we are talking with others, and it can improve our knowledge. Without reading in our lives, who knows where we'll be without education? We still might even be like the cavemen.